I dedicate this poem from my biography in poetry, My Life Outside the Bell Curve, and of course in selfie mode, that's backwards. But in today's world, what isn't? This poem is dedicated to all of the men and women and children, young and old, who were innocent and lost their lives in the various wars to make the world safe for democracy. And maybe you'll understand PTSD and the veterans who have it a little better after this poem. Here we go. Heroes. Our grandfathers were heroes when they came home from World War I. Our fathers were heroes when they came home from World War II. Our uncles were heroes when they came home from Korea. Our sons were heroes when they came home from Iraq and Afghanistan. But when we came home from Vietnam, we were shitbirds, alcoholics, drug addicts, bodies ravaged by Agent Orange, minds ravaged by PTSD, lives destroyed by psychotic and traumatic acts performed in moments of insanity or self-defense. What do you do when a child points a rifle at you? When an old woman struggles to pull the pin on a grenade? When you find your best friend's head on a pole with his severed testicles in his mouth? Death by ambush, death by booby traps, tortured by people who hate the foreign invader for burning their villages and killing their families. And all the time the choppers, the never-ending staccato of the choppers. My Lai, Hamburger Hill, Tet, 1968, Mekong Delta, DMZ, and all the time the bombs and the napalm and the friendly fire and the fragging. Opium trade through Laos, run by the CIA, Operation Phoenix. Air America, Apocalypse Now, Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, The Deer Hunter, 58,000 dead. And then we come home, the divorces, the kids who weren't ours, the homelessness, the suicides, brothers and friends missing in action or dead or POW, cousins and uncles returning home without eyes, legs, arms, faces. Now 55 years later, in our 70s and our 80s, we are dying. Homeless shelters, VA hospitals, hospices. The lucky ones at home, now a burden to our children, who sigh and roll their eyes when we talk about it. And the wars never stop, and the psychopaths are never satisfied. Power mad and still grasping, still laughing and snorting coke and congratulating each other. Ad infinitum, forever and ever. Amen.